It's been a kind of like nice, steady journey, and it's always been good coming here.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to the 24th.
23rd,
yeah. So for the fans, for the listeners,
day after.
23rd of November, Avals Live. Ik zeg een hele goede morgen, want ik ben heel erg blij dat ze vlak na albumrelease al zo snel hier in Nederland op dit prachtige tijdstip willen zijn. Wolf Alice, welcome back to the studio on this beautiful, sunny Sunday morning. How are all of you feeling after? I saw legendary pictures. I saw champagne on Friday, Holly's Arms. It looked like a wonderful release party. Is that true?
It was lots of fun. We had a great day. We set up a little pop-up shop in Camden where people could come and buy merch and have stuff signed and get leather jackets studded, which was pretty cool. And then we played a little tiny gig in a venue called the Dublin Castle, which is a really famous old Camden venue. And then we went to the Hawley, so it was a day chock full of Camden. Yeah.
Yeah, and today is going to be a Sunday at the record store as well. Like in a couple of minutes, you'll be heading towards Amsterdam to play this intimate store. How do you feel about these 3 days since the album is out here for everyone, and you probably get a lot of messages and first impressions and reactions?
It's amazing. I feel like our feet haven't really touched the ground since it came out, and started in Camden, now we're in Amsterdam. Can't complain. But it's been amazing and the reaction's been incredible. Yeah, we've been very humbled.
Yeah. How's that for you, Ellie?
Yeah, good. So, like Joel said, I kind of haven't had a second to take stock grateful to be playing these songs finally.
Yeah, and I would love to have some of the reviews because it sounds bolder and bigger than previous albums. I saw reviews in Rolling Stones and NME saying it's your most confident album yet. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, I think we've done this for a little while now, and I think one of the best things for me about being in this band is that it's a constant evolution, and we're always kind of trying to do new things that are keeping our attention and keeping our curiosity as musicians. And I really felt like that with this one. I felt like we wanted to do some stuff personally that we'd never tried before. We really wanted to have a less is more approach. We really, wanted to kind of put the songs very much to the forefront and let them kind of shine. So I suppose that's a bit confident. And I think we're more confident as musicians. I don't know about as people and as songwriters and singers. So yeah, maybe a little bit more confident in that realm. Not if you meet me in the street.
And I find it interesting what you mentioned, like less is more, because in the other interviews I heard you talk about the piano as a starting point and maybe less guitar and those kind of stuff. But to me, with the opening track, it sounds so how to say this in good English, loud in the best way possible. Yeah. It's there in your face and it's so big and overwhelming. In a good sense. I was touched by it immediately.
I like the good side of overwhelming. The bad side. Yeah, I think that opening song has I really love the fact that it opens in quite a grand way, and it's got a theatrical element to it, also to Ellie's lyrics. It's kind of the curtain rising on the record. And I think there was a bit of the theme of performance is explored in the record, and that one kind of paints the picture of what's to come. Do you know what? I need to listen to the album again because I've been doing all this. I haven't listened to it in ages. I'm quite excited to listen to it again now we're talking about it.
Not even in the van. It's a test to check how it sounds. Of course, it's out there for everyone, but just to see what on a crappy audio system it sounds like.
We spent a long time listening to it over the last handful of years, so I think you're fine to have a break there, I think.
Yeah. And what were some of the references for this album? Because there's a lot of 70s influences. Was there any band, any artist that was maybe on repeat for you guys while making the album?
I can't think that.
It was more. It felt to me like it being about songs and sounds. To me, organic kind of band instruments and sounds, and that's a kind of palette that was prevalent in the 70s. And I think some people have kind of drawn a parallel, but we were equally the third Haim record and stuff that's really organic yet kind of really modern sounding we were listening to a lot, as well as a lot of the old classic stuff, as one always does, really. but yeah, one of the big things was about if you close your eyes and you're listening, can you see the band? It's not like, walls of guitars and synthesizers and, all the rest. It's like, let's pick and choose. Let's be more selective, I think.
Was there a different approach when going into the studio? Because Wolf Alice has been around for officially 15 years or something. It's like an amazing time span. What would you say was different when being together in the studio? Well, the finishing touches.
Well, I mean, making every record has been quite a different experience from the one before it. We worked with a producer called Greg Kirsten, who was just a delight on every single level, and he was there to get the best out of the four of us as well as contribute, and he did that in spades, and it was a really amazing experience. Made it in Los Angeles in his amazing studio of all this incredible analog equipment. We were really able to see out our dream of making a record in a certain way, and he facilitated that. So it was really special.
And was Los Angeles important as well? Because as you're saying, the comparison with Seven Sisters, the neighborhood in London, I can't imagine what it's like living there, of course, but it sounded like you made a comparison to America, maybe, like the USA. Was that a thing for you?
I think we were inspired by a lot of music that comes or is synonymous a bit with California. But also it's a place that there's a lot of musicians there, and obviously we only go, most of the time we go there is because we're doing shows or some kind of music related thing. So we meet a lot of musicians and producers and stuff, and it can be really inspiring to be hanging around that kind of atmosphere. And there's a big musical history there as well, which you can kind of feel. And so it is we do find it can be musically inspiring sometimes.
I really liked what you mentioned in previous interviews, or what the reviews did. It's less of a coming of an age album and more about being in your 30s and dealing with the shit women have to do with when suddenly being 30 something. Has it ever been was there ever an hesitant for you to put that into songs, or was it this is going on in my life and I find it the right time to also mention it to my listeners as well?
No, not really. I don't think I really felt anxious about it because I don't know. I feel like I often write just stuff that's propping up in conversation amongst peers and myself, and so it felt just kind of normal because it was something that was just really prevalent in my life anyway. Those conversations and that, yeah.
But do you feel like it's an important theme, like what I heard in the album, and maybe what unfortunately as a society is going on with having other standards and expectations for women in music, like growing older, growing up, and what they expect from men as what they see and what they perceive. Is there someone maybe for you that has been, maybe if you look back to it, kind of a role model or inspired you on stage as a musician?
Yeah, I think I feel like when I was at school, because I was really into indie music, and at the time there was that kind of New York scene with the Strokes and TV on the radio and the Yeahs, and because Karen O was such a key figure of that scene, I was aware obviously that there was maybe less music in indie and in rock, but because she was the queen of that scene, I was it maybe was less of a, I didn't think about it as much because I was just but it's Karen O. So her.
yeah. And if can I ask a question about Just Two Girls, the song that you also played in this set? And the wonderful thing, of course, I really loved the lyrics that you said. She looked so pretty. It was fucking offensive. I love to swear on radio as well. That's good to have it on the set as well. Do you feel like sometimes you, I don't know how to put it in English, but have to explain the importance of female friendships, as you describe beautifully in the song?
Yeah, I think yes and no. I think I really watch and read a lot of stuff about female friendships. So it's for me, I actively seek it out, and I always have. So it's not something that's missing in my life. But yeah, maybe friendship on a whole is maybe something that like feels a bit, maybe I think maybe in song people are a bit, maybe, I don't know, this is the first time I'm ever thinking this, but a bit scared to sing about it because it's a bit cheesy or something, or if you singing about it, it's often like maybe a sad thing about it or a dark thing about it, or yeah, whereas like, you know, I don't know, like I can think of like Disney songs about how good friendship is. So I'm not sure I can think of like a rock song. So it's nice, yeah.
For all of you, has there been already a favorite of the new record to play live? Like it changed, it developed like differently while playing it? Is there a song for one of you?
We've held a lot of stuff back, haven't we? So we're, you know, on the upcoming tours in November. Tickets still available. You know, we'll be playing a lot of the new record, and we're really excited to do that. In rehearsals, a lot of things have been sounding really fun because they were kind of built really to be played live, you know, as a band. So that's really exciting. Thorns, the first song that you mentioned earlier, the first song on the record, that's been really nice to play, and we've been playing that. But there's some other ones like Bread, Butter, Tea, Sugar, which are kind of more jammy and things that I'm really looking forward to playing that one.
Do you want to add something to that, one of you?
No, I agree. But yeah, no, we played Thorns at the Troubadour recently, and we played it in the encore, and obviously people hadn't heard it yet, and I just remember thinking like, that feels different. No. If it was different.
No,
Have you got anything to add? No, I didn't think so.
Leaning Against the Wall. We played it the other day. What did you just say? I wasn't really listening to you.
No, I didn't think you were.
Microphone.
Fuck's sake.
Leaning Against the Wall, we played it the other day, and it sounded cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to play it in a big gaff.
Yeah, we have to talk about, like, that was going to be my last question. Of course, the AFAS Live, the biggest Dutch show yet. You'll be playing on the 23rd of November. Tickets are going fast. Dutch crowd is wild. I mean, like, they're the best fans. I just want to say.
They are
always
amazing.
had a really
Always
good
has.
relationship.
It's the first place we went outside of the UK, I think, to play, and just we've always had the best relationship over here. The shows have always been fantastic.
Yeah, every time we've come here. I remember playing the Paradiso as like a huge, because the Paradiso had so much history. I remember that being like a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's been a kind of like nice, steady journey, and it's always been good coming here.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to the 24th.
23rd.
23rd, yeah. So for the fans, for the
24th.
listeners,
Day after.
23rd of November, AFAS Live, biggest, loudest, best show ever, right? What can they expect?
Well, ours?
Yeah.
That. I'm not going to say anything except for that. It will be our biggest, best, loudest show ever. Please come on the 23rd of November.
Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully see you in November, of course. Next summer at Dutch festivals. Hopefully you will be around as well.
If you'll book us, we'll come.
Looking forward. Because I just said to you, I missed out on the Primavera Festival due to my own mistakes, cycling. Yes, I'm totally honest with that. And thank you so much for the beautiful record. Thank you so much for being here so early on a Sunday. Much
Thank you for
appreciated.
always having us
thank you.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Thanks,
love
guys.
coming here.